shit, give me the pinpoints though.
Hey, you not.
You want me to just freestyle? Oh, you.
Okay, do you know about it? You know about it?
I know about it though.
Damn,
Yeah. The Minnesota and Virginia.
Yeah. And
What's
Chicago.
Hitman brother?
It's time. You do your
What's
name.
Hitman Holler brother name?
I don't even know who that is. Hitman Harlem.
Hitman Holler. What's Hitman Holler brother name?
No, I'm not.
Who's that?
I think it's Show Out.
Oh, who is that's a rapper?
Yeah, Show
Knock
Out.
them out.
Like any other time.
No, it's Show Out.
Knock them out low.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to.
It's Show Out.
Knock them out quiet.
I didn't like that.
Really?
Hitman Holler.
I just got that shit.
Kill Solid.
Does his name show up?
Yeah, I've been wearing a lot of red lately.
Bloody Bloods.
What's up with that?
When say the do-rag?
All day, baby.
That time of the month.
You don't like it for real, bro?
No.
I gave it
You
a
didn't even
second
have
try.
to say things like that. Like, why
you
you
dropped the
bring
last
things
show.
up?
But I was like, maybe I'll wear it again with a different fit. You don't like it for real?
What, that do-rag? No, brother.
Joe, I swear to God, don't you come here and tag team me.
No, I've been saying I'm not too fond of the damn do-rag.
You can't be saying it like that.
You know, I told you, bro. That shit
Solid
like,
colors.
Your swag is
Like,
so
you know,
fuck.
damn.
Nah, real talk, bro. You look like.
Where's you though?
You're not one of those video game guys.
Dang.
You like
no,
a
you too young. You too young. You don't even put
You too young.
You're like a video game gangster. I ain't know what to think that.
I'm not wearing it no more.
Nah,
Y'all have really done bullied me out of. I thought I was
nah,
doing
bro.
something.
I mean, in your own time, yeah.
Solid
bro,
colors.
Solid colors.
Yeah.
All right.
Bro, cause yeah,
I plead
it
the
look
fifth.
crazy.
I ain't gonna say
You
it.
So
look crazy.
so when I was doing the all black,
I don't agree with
I'm
Solid.
not on
Yeah,
that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You
Like
weren't
video.
it's
Solid
your
colors.
life.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to do with it.
No.
Come on.
You can't pull off no
with
camo
you.
do-rag.
Nah, but you like a New York nigga though, for real.
You buy that gay, but I
Nah, you really do.
What
bro.
did you
You
do
like a
for
Harlem nigga though.
a camo
I
do-rag?
appreciate that because you would know for real.
Yeah, bro.
No,
Like that
I
ass.
can put on camera.
No, nobody can.
You get silky.
I don't like how you get into this accent as if he's really from there.
You
though.
say you look like
Oh,
Cisco.
man.
I ain't want to say that.
Yeah, you
That's
that
a compliment.
I didn't even say that. Well, I did say it, but I was like,
You said you like Cisco?
No, when I was like 7, bro. I swear, I love
You want to
Cisco.
be Cisco?
I swear I did, bro. I was going crazy.
yeah, Cisco went hard.
It really was.
Well,
Hit you hard as hell.
Alright.
You want to be on camera, right? She don't give a fuck about boundaries. None of that shit. Gotta cancel that.
Welcome to an all new episode of D5% Podcast. It's your boy, the leader, here every Friday, here with my boys.
It's your boy Wes, man. Good to be back. It's a very special show. Shout out to y'all. We hit 50 subscribers today. Everybody clap it up.
Yes, sir.
Doing things.
So, appreciate y'all for tuning in, man.
It's your boy Brian. I ain't lying.
This is Johvan Lockett. Also known as Johvan Lockett. I'm gonna skip through that bullshit.
It's your boy Rick back again. You already know what it is.
I actually gonna be taking a back seat this week
Thank
to
God.
to my fellow partner Wes. I'm gonna let him take over reins today.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, look, I told him to catch
I love you, man.
But yeah, I know we haven't done a Black Lives Matter segment in a while. We haven't, we haven't quit on our fight. We haven't slowed down on the fight. And this past week was like the main example why. We had multiple shootings. Dante Wright, amongst others, out in Minnesota, Virginia, and yesterday, the kid in Chicago. First, I just want to just send my condolences to those families of the people that were lost, and all the people across the world that continue to see. Just at this point, it's not even a gray area. We know what it is. It's a target on people of color, and and to this day, we still have yet to see any change. It's sad that whenever these incidents happen, there's always an excuse. Well, he did this years ago, or he had a weapon, or he, or whatever the case may be. There's always someone trying to victimize the person rather than empathizing. So, yeah, I think everyone on the panel, I mean, we were, talking about earlier in the group chat, I mean, we're all torn up about it. I know you guys are back at home. We don't really have the answers. We protested, I know all of us voted, I think, and we did our part. I mean, I'm not saying like what do we do, but
it's not much you can do at this point.
My take on all of these shootings and different things, man, is I can really go deeper into it, but I'm not for the moment. It's very disheartening. It's very disappointing, and I am disappointed with our system, like beyond belief, man. I mean, I could take this so many ways, but the only thing I want to speak on right now is proper training for our law enforcement. Like there's too many mistakes. There's too many. Like, we trust these people with our lives. We should not be scared. We should not have doubt with the people we trust with our lives. And I think that's the biggest thing we should take away today, is that things have to change in law enforcement so we can feel safe as American people.
Well, let's go ahead, DeeJay. You're about to say.
Oh, well, I just want to throw in that my take is, I can accept the fact, whatever faith I have with God, my time is my time is. My issue is my kids, because I have 3 kids, 2 boys, 1 girl. And I don't know where we're going to go or what they're going to see in the future as far as all this stuff. So that's pretty much how I'm looking at it. Like, what are they going to be seeing? Or, if it's going to be at their front door. Because at that time when they grown, I might not be there. And, I'm supposed to be the one that's protecting them. And that's pretty much the scary part for me.
And I kind of was thinking about it. I was kind of deep caught up in the thought of everything that's going on the other day, and I kind of took a different route of thinking about it. Because I like to look at everything from different type of angles, and I looked at it on a bigger scheme as far as time. Looking at time as an infinite thing. Let's say time is forever.
Linear.
Exactly. Slavery went on for over 400 years, you know what I mean? The mindset, the action, you know what I mean? And we're just talking about documenting, you know what I mean? We're not talking about how long it went on before that. It's been over, not even a century yet? How long has it been? Saying about almost a century, but not just quite yet. Some of those people that still went through that stuff, I had to deal with the racism, I had to deal with colors sitting at the back, you know what I mean? Or colors using this water fountain are still alive, you know what I mean? Or still, that pain is still kind of, for the lack of better words, alive. You know what I mean? In the people. And it's like, I feel that as time goes, the next generation is going to kind of, it's pushing those ways out. And I feel like on a silver lining, that is going to kind of make it better within itself just off nature, if you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, the next generation, because once those people, pass away, that thought that that's just gonna be a story, you know what I mean? That's just gonna be a, well, back in the day, they you couldn't even, but nobody's gonna be alive to be, you know what I mean?
You right.
Yeah, that's true.
But people are being taught that shit now.
Oh no, definitely. But I'm just thinking, but it's still not the same. These kids that's coming out this day,
You right.
I feel like racism isn't as hard as them, more of a just as a.
No, I
you get what I'm saying?
What I want to say to that is, I can't necessarily agree with that, because it might not be in the same way, but racism is still as strong as it's ever been. They're just using new methods.
That's what I'm saying. It's modern day
Also,
racism.
but you're talking about already people that's been established. You're not. I'm talking about the next generation. You get what I'm saying? Because now at this point, I read a statistic the other day. Supposedly by the year almost, I guess 2050 or somewhere around that, it's virtually almost gonna be.
I know we talking
1% of one race. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be so many because it's interracial dating. All that is going on. So it's like, it's not gonna. How you gonna be racist against something that's in your blood? You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be a point in time to where that's not gonna even be. You get it?
Yeah. Still, that's not even the point. But still, we have to.
The point of what?
It's not. But
The point of
what does interracial dating have to do with police brutality?
I said over time things are gonna change with silver lining. I was just speaking on a random ass thought that got to do with over time shit is gonna get better.
The point is, we have to the people that are in positions of power, law enforcement or government or whatever. We have to get people in those positions that represent the values that we share. That's what we have to do. And that does start with voting, but you don't vote cops in. Like, as far as that goes, we have to hold our law enforcement accountable for their actions. Actually accountable. We have to change the way we put so-called police. It's all this stuff is set up to target our people. Like these random ass traffic stops or taking people to jail over weed and all that, or just the way that they assume the interaction when they pull us over. We could be doing absolutely nothing, but they see us and they're like, okay, black person riding this type of car, they probably got this in it because they're riding this type of car. That's where it starts, the thought process. They're hunting us. That's what they mean when they say they're hunting us. It is strategically planned to attack our people. That's what we gotta change. Obviously, racism getting better. Like, we know all that shit. But still, it's still people in positions of power that are able to get away with just killing off our people and then saying, oh, I thought it was a taser. Oh, well, 3 years ago, he did this. Oh, well, he was selling cigarettes. We didn't know what he was doing. Oh, well, he was running in the neighborhood. You know, he's black running in the neighborhood. Like, what does it have to do anything? That's what we have to change.
Yeah, we have to demand certain things as far as, like, different, like, as far as the consequences. Like, as far when they get in trouble and nothing comes out their pocket. We should, there should be laws. But if you do this, the sue money, like they decide to sue I forgot his name. Sorry, I apologize. But if he decided to sue the city, that should come out of the police officer's pockets. And I bet you that'll make a statement for somebody else who would try that.
I do believe the officer was charged, if I remember correctly.
No, I'm saying it has to be more, and I understand it has to be.
I do agree it needs to be more,
it
but
has to be a lot more. Like,
I'm glad that they were charged quickly too. Like, it wasn't this long ass trial. Like, we have everything on videos. 2021, everything that's happened is happening right in our face. We can see it on video. There is no, like I said, there is no gray area. Like, we know what the fuck is going on, and there needs to be action now.
The charges, they only got third degree manslaughter.
It was second, yeah.
Second,
yeah.
Up to 10 years. That's not.
Yeah.
It has to be
because, like I said, that's gray area. Like, oh well, they thought it was a taser. Like,
I mean, they got charged, but
she didn't get charged. No, she actually did.
Yeah.
Man, it's gonna take a lot of extremes, man, to really change the system. But that's another story for another day, man. We just have to, like I said, right now demand things that we can change in the near future. That's what I believe.
Hopefully get better. Well, let's get to our guest. Woo! Today we have Jocelyn here. By the way, we got Lyndon, Ashley, and Chastity here as well. From my knowledge, you wrote a book. Can you explain the book to us, please?
So the title of my book is Lost Thoughts. It's pretty much of everything I went through in 2020, through depression, anxiety, and everything else that we need to talk about more about mental health.
So, very much.
Yes.
And so, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, just to jump right into it, I love that you started off the book with the hotline number.
Yes.
We talk about mental health a lot. JoJo leads those segments, and I'm sure he's gonna have a lot to say today about that.
Please.
But I'm really glad you did that. That is something that's getting pushed to the forefront, and I'm happy about that because mental health is just at an all-time high, especially with all the things that we're exposed to. Like we were just talking about the shootings. Like we can just see everything on video. We're constantly comparing. We're constantly, seeing all these things happen on the net, and we just forget
to be yourself.
To be yourself, like really, we just forget just simple human things that just make life. So, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna ask the first question. Can you explain like how depression feels to you? Because I hear them talk about it, but I never been like depressed, so to speak. Can you just explain how depression feels to you?
Well, depression is not being yourself. Like, you don't do things, or you don't want to do things that you usually want to do. So for me, instantly, like, I didn't want to write. I didn't want to, be with my kids. I just wanted to sleep and just be at home and not do anything. So depression hit me hard whenever I started noticing that I wasn't myself. So when you know that you have depression, is the first key is you're not yourself at all. That's the first key to it. And admitting to it that, okay, I have depression, and it's okay to have depression, because a lot of things society does is they judge you for having depression, they judge you for having anxiety, they judge you for having mental issues, which is not, it shouldn't be judged, and that's why I'm here to speak out on that too.
No, I love it. How long did it take you to realize you were at that point and that you needed to revert back to yourself?
Well, I started drinking more. I started going out with people that I didn't even know, and I started hanging out with the wrong crowd. My drinking became an everyday thing, and then I started doing other things. I started doing drugs. I started doing a lot more things that I would have never done. So, yes, I did all of it. I did the tattoos, the drinking, all the above. I did all of it. So that's how I started noticing that it was not me. And so.
Well, as someone who as well deals with mental health even till this day, and I'm not ashamed to admit that, what are things that you could give to the youth that are also dealing with mental illness? What are things that you feel that could help them bring it out and try to deal with it?
Well, the first step is admitting that you have it, because a lot of people don't want to accept the fact that they have depression. Yeah. Second of all is it's okay to feel what you're feeling, and it's okay to feel pain. It's okay to feel and cry and go through the emotions, because if you're trying to numb it, you're never going to deal with that. You're never going to deal with the pain. You're never going to... Yes, and that's what I was doing. I was drinking, I was doing drugs, because I was trying to numb the pain. And for me to numb the pain by using drugs and alcohol, that was my first step, knowing like, all right, this is not right. This is not me. So what I did was I had suicidal thoughts. I was about to commit suicide. And my first thing was jumping off a bridge and admitting myself to mental health. Yes.
I was going to ask you about that, actually. I told you earlier, I read one of your poems in there, and it was suicide. Like, I was just kind of skimming through the book and stopped on that one. And it, I was deep. It literally kind of scared me, because it was, thinking back to my situation. And I was never near that, extreme, but, just to think somebody went that far, and it's you got lucky, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? God had your back because you asked for help. And it sent your two friends that you had no idea they were coming for you, and it's somebody saved your life.
Yes.
So you just want to be better, and that's just amazing. You know what I'm saying? You're here for a reason.
Yes.
Well, I'm so glad Brian said that. So a lot of people can't shake that. You know? And I am happy you're still here. That's amazing that you beat that, and that you're able to tell your story to other people, because I'm sure there's people listening now that are needing your words, your inspiration, and there's people that you don't even know that are rooting for your journey, and that's a beautiful thing too. So
thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
And one thing I want to add to that as well is I want people to not judge these suicidal thoughts, because and I say that because those thoughts cannot honestly be explained.
Yes.
There's no way I can give to you why I felt that way in that moment. There's no way I could do it. People that actually go through it cannot explain why they did it. It's more, I feel like it's more of an urge to try to find the answer to things you don't know the answer to.
Right.
And I want people to stop, because I hear things, don't judge nobody that goes through it. You just try the best to understand as much as you can. Like, it's okay to be angry that that person want to take your life. I understand that. But as long as you being angry, be sympathetic. Like, that person is going through something. And I want people to really get that because I see that a lot in society.
That's why I was saying you gotta, you know what I'm saying, do stuff like speak to people because it helps.
From personal experience. Do not judge people because that can, like, that would break somebody more that you are judging them, like, you can ever understand. And I want everybody to know that. Yeah. Like, for real. Do not judge people. Seriously. Ooh, I'm getting emotional. But,
it's okay. It's a great topic to talk about. Really it's because a lot of people out there are struggling and we don't even know it. Like, people, like this is my title. It's me going through depression and as well being angry and covering myself with a mask because I was just going to work, going to school, acting like I was happy, but deep down inside I was not happy. I was not. And we don't know who's going through it. We don't know if it could be your neighbor, it could be your auntie or grandma or someone. You don't know who is going through depression. So instead of acting, treat them kind and stop judging. Just be there for people and stop creating this character for everyone and learn to accept everyone no matter what stage they're in.
Yes, like just have the awareness. Like a lot of people in today's society do not have awareness of, like you said, of other people. Like some people can go through life without being aware of how Airrick might feel or Brian might feel. I think that's so simple but so important in today's life. Like have this personal awareness of yourself as well as other people, man. Like you said, like you might see that person smiling, but inside they might be dying. You know, it's just it's hard for me to speak.
Saying that, someone told me, it was like, well, who's gonna watch your kids if you're dead? Well, you don't even know. I'm already dead inside. Like, how about that? Like, I'm already dead inside. Like, I go to sleep. I can't get up from my bed. I can't do this. Instead of saying stuff like that, give me resources I need. Be there to support me. Say, what can I do for you? What can I do? Don't judge. Like, don't say, okay, well, what if you did this? What if you did that? But I haven't yet. I haven't yet. So stand up and say, what can I do to change you? What can I do to help you get through this? And say, instead of saying, what if? Like, what if you did this? And what if you did that? Stop.
Yeah, man. Like, no matter how much you disagree what, you know, the actions of that person is, it's not about that. That goes after you help them. You let them know that after you help them. I know I don't disagree. I mean, I don't agree with, you know, how you're feeling, but hey, I'm here to help. That can go so long, man. Like, so far, excuse me. Like, people don't understand how just simple words can go so far in somebody's mind. Yeah. Like, for real. Oof. Man.
That's real. I'm glad, you know what? I just want to say that I'm glad that this is a platform that we can have these type of discussions. Just for, like I said to people at home, like, thank you for coming and sharing. Like, this is a big deal, and thank you, JoJo, for having your insight as well.
JoJo, you need so good.
Yes, this is perfect. Like,
we here right now.
I love it. That's so dope. But I try to be that friend to people. Like, I don't care what you accomplish. Like, you can pass a driving test. I'm a cheer. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna root hard. Like, I love going hard for my friends and like rooting for y'all. So.
And you know, I am blessed, and I will say I am blessed to have these guys around because, you know, all these guys in one way or another did help me through a lot of the tough times I was just recently going through. Yeah. So, you know, I do want to, like, if you can, man, try to find that group of guys or sisters or whatever it is, you know, the people that, even though they might not understand completely, but they know that you're their brother or you're their sister, we're going to help you through it.
I'm glad you said that. So that takes me to one of my favorite. This mine? Yeah. This takes me to one of my favorite ones. Hold on. You were talking about having the people around you that support you.
I actually have that one listed too.
Are you going to do that one? Okay, awesome.
You can read that one.
Oh, you want to read it? Okay.
No, you read that one. Are you talking about 1 year out the other? Is that 12?
1 year, that's the one. Okay.
Wait, hold on.
I freaking bookmarked it too. I like the title. That was a dope title.
Are you sure that's the one?
I swear it is. I bookmarked it. I'm going to prove it to you. You think I'm capping? I can tell.
You know,
it's 12.
It's 12? Okay, I'm way back here. Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
No, for real. That stuck to me because
I want you to read it and you tell me exactly how you felt.
Yeah, for sure. All right, y'all. This is by Jocelyn Gomez, and it's called One Ear and Out the Other. Majority of the time, people won't understand your plans. This doesn't mean it's not worth fighting for. Keep knocking until you find the right person, one that will listen. Allow yourself to separate the negative around you. Try to surround yourself with people who have the same mindset as you. Try to surround yourself with people who understand your vision. Be around people that are better than you. Don't let insecurities take over. And like, I love it because like, I feel like I said that in my mind, like everything you had said. You know, me and Lyndon, like, we've been making music for a long time, and like, one thing we always say, people don't support us. People don't support us. Like, you know, we feel like we drag people through the mud to get them to support us. And go ahead.
But that's like the post I made today. Like,
yeah.
How do you expect people to support you if they're not focusing on their own dreams?
True.
They can't support you if they're not following their own dreams. Like, they see you following your dreams, and they're like, oh, okay, well, he followed his dreams. Like, you came from the same group that, you know, we all graduated the same, you know, year. Right. So, like, how are you going further than I am? Like, of course, a lot of people are not going to support you.
Yeah.
And who cares if they don't support you? Support them.
Yeah.
No matter what, if they don't support you, be the bigger person and support them. When you see them rising up, support them.
I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly where I'm at now. Because, like you said, I'm expecting people that know me to, like, you know, put me in that light. And it's not even that I want to be in that light, even though I kind of do. But I just want to share my art with people. Yeah. I just want to know what you think. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it sucked, tell me it sucked. But I want to share with you because I put a lot of time into this and I'm passionate about this and I go hard for this. You know what I'm saying? And I know you see me and I'm thinking in my mind like, shit, we went to school together. We cool. You know, I'm thinking you're gonna be the first one to fucking big me up. But you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you're bigger supporters of people you've never met. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same. I meet people that I'm like, all right, this person is fucking psycho. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like my shit that much, like, you know what I'm saying? You're that interested in me, but it's just like, they don't know you, like, and you, like I said, like, there's so many people out there, and like, you just gotta find the people that, you just gotta find your people, and they're all out there. It's way too many, the sea is too big. The sea is too big. So.
That's one thing, you know, I try to preach. That's one thing I try to preach to y'all with, you know, the podcast, like, you know, we can tell our friends all day, go support us, you know, go watch, you know, posting on our page, people who know us. But once we, like, get to a broader, you know, fan base, those are the people that's going to follow us, not the ones that's close to us, because, you know, we right here, they like, it's like, Wes, I know you making music. Oh, okay. So, you know, I know you making music, so I ain't going to. But the people who don't know and are interested, they going to be more likely to, man, that's Wes. I like his stuff, so I'm going to keep on. Yeah. So that's one thing I try to preach, you know, saying get out on the scene, go meet new people, because most of the time they might be interested or, you know what I'm saying, be trying to do the same thing. Exactly. And, you know what I'm saying, they're going to most likely be fans then because they either interested in the thing or they trying to do the same thing.
Right. It's true. It took a while for me to see that, like, you know, and like I'm finding my people, and the people that do support me, like, I support them back. And the people that don't support me, but I still love what they do, I go hard for them too. Like, I'm not a hater because, you know, I always want that good energy around me. So, yeah, that was definitely my favorite one. That was my one right there.
So, what inspires you to be a writer?
Well, let's go way back. Alright, so in 6th grade, you know the tax test? I don't know if y'all took the tax test.
We were there.
I don't know if anybody else, like, you know, there's a STARS test now, so I really don't know about that, but the tax test.
Oh, no.
Galaxy test?
Okay,
let it go. Alright, so the tax test, in 6th grade, I used to take my time on the writing part. And
you got a 4, right?
Huh?
You got a 4, right?
Yeah. So I used to write and like make up the crazy stories. I don't even know if they actually read them, but I did it. And yeah, that's where I started my writing. But I never actually pursued it until 3 to 4 years ago because I felt like I wasn't a good enough writer. I wasn't strong enough with my grammar, and it's just I let insecurities hit me as well. So I was raised by my grandmother who had broken English, so my English wasn't so great either. So what I did to do, become a better writer and to become a writer was YouTube, reading dictionaries, reading books back to back, going to school, taking extra classes for English. So I actually did all this so I can make sure that I can be a good writer. And not only that, but when I went to my English class, my teacher or my professor, she was like, Jocelyn, you don't have to be this writer that writes huge words in every sentence. And I was like, why not? But why not? And she was like, because you have people that would love to read your book that comes from the same background as you. And I was like, people want to read your book and not pause because they don't know what that word means. So I was like, write how you write. And it's going to bring people to you just because you write like that. Don't use these extra big words, and you don't have to write a freaking, a huge ass book. You don't have to do that.
So that's why you formatted it that way. I love it.
And then now I have readers that never even read before or since 6th grade, 4th grade. Wow, I love this book. I left this book.
I'm telling you, I opened it and I was like, I'm about to read this.
Yes, and that's another thing that I'm trying to do.
Can you explain how it's formatted differently than a normal book?
Yeah, it's pretty much a poem book, and it's literally probably 80 words in each page. I didn't use any big words, and if I did, it's not too big. But yeah, that's how I wanted to get my audience. I wanted to make sure that they didn't have to pause and be like, you know what, I don't even know what this word means, and I didn't want them to feel like, dang, this is a big book. I can't read this in in a month. No.
That's my thought process when I go into reading a book. It's man.
Yeah, too much work. I can't do this. I'm not doing it. No, you're not. You're going to read this book.
You know what else I like about your book? I feel like I could have guessed the title of it without seeing the cover. Oh, just by reading it, these sound like just thoughts, just random thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I brought everyone a book, so. Yeah. Here we go. You better read it. There you go. Pass it down.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Did you get that?
It's not important. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And then I brought in one too.
You good?
What, sir?
And that's you already have one.
I said I needed another one actually.
Oh, okay.
No.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Just let me know how you like it.
She did.
She really got up too.
How do you even get a book?
You want a book?
Bookings?
We'll go to
Look at you.
What are some of your goals and ideas for your next project?
Right now, I really don't have a next project. I want to help my community before jumping into my next project.
I can cut you off. Can you tell the people?
Yeah.
I'm about to say, what do you want to do in the community?
Yeah, she actually is doing
Yes,
something.
so I actually sold 80 books just by helping the community. I told them that I was raising money to help the community. Tomorrow we're feeding the homeless in Fort Worth. So a lot of people, stepped up and bought my book. I don't even know from Turkey. Some person visited me from Turkey. I don't know. Yes,
Whoa,
Turkey, Houston. I don't know people in Houston. Yes, Washington, New York. It's been fun. So we're helping the community tomorrow, and we're gonna help feed them. We're gonna do a barbecue. We're gonna give out little packets for them so they can have throughout the week or however long it lasts. But that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. So I end up raising money for that.
So what time and where is that?
It's 1 to 4, and it's in Fort Worth off of Lancaster.
Amazing.
Yes.
On the east side.
Yeah, we'll be there.
We'll cut it up for real. That's action.
No, real
That's
life.
action. That's what I'm talking talking about someone putting in
change.
action, making a change.
There you go.
I like it.
If we don't, then who has?
Exactly. And as well,
sometimes I ain't bringing no bullshitters up here. Alright?
Wait. Y'all thought I was bullshitting?
No, we're not.
Let me know now.
He just be putting words in our mouth.
So like when, as you said, as you broke it down to like a simple level for your book, as far as for people to understand and be relatable to, what do you hope for them to take from the book and read from it outside of, learning more about depression? Like, what do you want them to take from it as you being a writer?
Not being alone, having resources out there, that there is resources to help mental health. First, when I didn't know that there was mental health hospitals, and when I went to one, I was like, all right, this is not too bad. Like, all y'all cool. We like, nurse is cool. We get food 3 times a day. The bed's not so great, but it's cool. Like, there's a lot of resources out there that people don't know about, and learning to accept depression and anxiety. Like, I'm not saying it's something good, but it's like accepting it and knowing what you have before being down the deep road where I was on drugs and drinking and not, I wanted to stay in bed all day. I just couldn't do anything. So just being aware and knowing that they're not alone.
You said this book was about 2020?
2020. The worst year.
A lot going on.
If you were like, what caused you to go into depression, and how is 2021 for you right now?
Well, what led me up to depression was my adoption failed. Divorce. Sexual assault. A lot of things that came into that. So
when you hit it, when you said sexual, that's a tough one right there. I'm sorry you went through that.
Okay. And then this year I changed the way I did things. Instead of being 2020 was rough, but what I did in 2020 was I let the negative take me through that route. Like, I allowed the negativity to hit me hard. But today, I'm just like, okay, we got a flat tire. Great, we got the money to get the flat tire. We got the ride to go home.
It's about being positive.
Like, it's just a whole different mindset of this year. And I had to learn that from counseling and going through different resources to learn that I was on a negative mindset, and being more positive this year, even though whatever it can be anything. My house can be on fire. As long as my kids are here with me, I'm fine. The house can, we're good. Right. The kids are here with me, we're good. Like, our health is fine. It's just a whole different outcome, like a whole different mindset that I am in now. So it can be whatever. I'm ready.
Yeah, because I was ready. And on that same note, sometimes it does take you hitting rock bottom to get a mindset. Because like you said, you're so negative, and the scariest part is that you don't even know it until you hit rock bottom, and that's when some of the doors will slowly open up. You're like, okay, I've been in this situation. How can I deal with it better now? Because you were able to feel it, intensify. You're like, okay, I'm here. Now, how can I grow up from it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, I truly understand what you just said.
I got a question. Yeah. Okay, in the situation we're in right now, how it's a lot of men in here. How do you feel depression and mental health affects women and men? You know what I'm saying? Like, from your standpoint, and like if you would see a man going through depression.
I did see men go through depression. Yeah, I was in a mental institute where everyone was going through depression, and just because I'm a female and he's a male, I know for a fact we all have feelings, we all have emotions. I can't say that you're not going to get depression and you're not going to get anxiety, or you guys don't have feelings because you're a man, because that's not the case. Anyone can get depression. And
Oh,
I'm
no,
not
no.
saying, like,
I'm saying, like, okay, you know how men are more sustainable to be like, I don't want to talk about my feelings. You feel me? Like, a female would be more equipped to come out and be like, I feel like this, or I want to talk about this. A man won't necessarily do that. In that hospital you were in, what did they do to, like, let people come out? You know,
there is different ways to cope. There's like music, which is like why I told Wesley to do meditation music. You know, private sessions. I know that you said like maybe not, they don't want to talk to anyone, but the first step is talking to someone. You can't have all that inside you because it's not going to go anywhere. You're just going to let it sit, and it's not healthy at all. So I do recommend talking to someone and express, you know, everything you have inside, because honestly, it's not going to go away until you actually acknowledge it. So that you or whoever doesn't want to talk about their feelings, I do recommend finding that person that you trust to talk to. So
I can kind of piggyback on what you're saying, because you know, Joe is my best friend, and you know, we used to talk like every day. Like, it'd be times where I knew he was gonna call like the exact time. You know, he just no, for real. That's how much we talk, like every day. Then you know, I just kind of like, he just kind of stopped calling me, and I never took no mind to it. You know, I just thought he was like busy, or you know, saying work, or he might be tired or whatever. Until you know,
I had a real girlfriend.
until he finally came out and told us, you know, saying why he been so distant. You know, he was going through all this stuff. So, you know, in a sense, what you're saying is harder for men, because you know, we don't want to show our emotion. You know, we want to kind of deal with it on our own and bottle it up. That's kind of how I am, but you know.
And like another emotion I went through during that time, you know, and like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm still learning how to cope. I'm coming out more now, but I didn't want to burden other people with what I was going through. So, you know, I didn't want to mess up. Like, I would see Wes having a good time, and I would feel like if I tell him this right now, or if a DJ, you know, definitely, you know, with him.
Even coming around y'all was like, I don't want to ruin y'all good time.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want to,
like,
damn, you know, I'm inside, I'm smiling out here, but inside I'm dying, and I don't want to bring that on them. Like, I don't want to bring it on Airrick. Like, you know. Nah, but I don't really like him. But on a serious note, like, and that's something like, you have to find ways to give it to people in a way they might can understand. So that's what, you know, one of my methods I tried to learn was give it to these guys a way they can understand, you know. And I say, you know, with Wes, when I recently had a big breakdown, it was, you know, in Wes, you know.
I can't look at you when you talk about this.
It's okay to cry. Trust me. I'm all
I know, man. And that's like, I used to be ashamed to kind of get on this level, but I'm not now, because, like I said, I hit rock bottom. And I know if I don't talk about it, someone else is not going to hear the truth, you know.
And someone else probably needs it right now.
Yes, it might be a viewer that might be going through the exact thing, the same thing that I'm going through. So, you know, even if I do get emotional right now, I'm okay with that. It's just like, you have to find a way. Like, I know it's hard. I know I can't explain to you, but it's very hard when you go through things like that. You just have to slowly find a way to express what's going on.
And on the back end of what you're saying, you also have to open up yourself to being able to somebody to talk to. You know what I mean? Making that person feel comfortable, 100%. Or normalizing, ask your friends, are you alright? Nah, you know what I'm saying? Not just, you know what I'm saying, what's up, bro? You know, whatever, and then whatever. But, you know, you good, bro? You need anything? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you gotta look at it like this your brother. At the end of the day, this your brother, this my brother. You know, I want to make sure you good, because at the same time, if it come need be, I need you to make sure I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You call yourself my friend. This is what friends do. You know, so it's just like,
and not get mad at them for
of course.
Off.
So it could be simple as listening to you. You know what I mean? So normalize being an open ear. Normalize asking your friends on a serious level, are you good? You know what I mean? You need anything, bro? You need to talk. You know what I mean? If not, all right. You know. So what's up? Yeah. You know. So
and that's why I speak on earlier the awareness. Like, you know, not saying that it's your it's your obligation to check on your friends. But you know, if these people are really your family, your friends, you know, just try to have awareness. You know, like you know, like he said, he was like, dang, bro didn't call me today. He grew awareness to it because you know there's somebody I care for. You know, so he was able to feel like, dang, you know, let me see what's up with Joe.
We had phone 693.
Stop. But in a sense, bro, like I am as your boy, I'm proud of you for, you know, acknowledging that, because ever since we met, you always been the one that I call.
Exactly.
Like every time that I have a problem, you was the one I always call, and for you to even acknowledge that you know what I'm saying, have some you know, depression, that's big, because you know I never known you to have a chink in your armor. Yeah. You always been the tough one out of all of us.
When you told me that, like it was just like,
bro, it was
Joe hurting.
Like, and also like, you know, you're going down a dark road, but I do want to say, like, man, it's, oh man, I'm getting emotional. But
I ain't gonna lie, on a personal note, like, I knew the whole time, and I low-key felt some type of way that you would not tell me. Everybody else.
Because I was always,
ain't
like,
nobody else know.
Like DeeJay said, bro.
It really would, because ain't nobody else know. Like, I knew, you know what I mean? Like, bro, we grew up, you know what I'm saying, from diapers. Like, I know you, Joe, you know what I mean? And it was just like, I knew, you know what I mean, situations to where you were in. If I was in there, I would be feeling this type of way. So I know Joe, you know what I mean? Even though he's smiling, bro, you know, everybody's strong. You know what I mean? Everybody different. You may be stronger than what I am, but I know that shit would hit me this type of way. So it's just like, I knew, you know what I mean, with certain situations you were going through, and it's just like, I kind of, you know, I wanted to be that person. Because, you know, I would ask you all the time, you know, like, you good, bro? Like, you want to talk, you know, and you need all the time, because, you know, you my nigga. But it's like,
that happened to me in my situation when I was younger, because I had no regard to anything. Like, I went off that night, and my cousin took me away from it, and he talked to me, and I couldn't tell him anything. Like, I was silent. And he, like, all I remember, he took me to Wingstop, and he gave me some, and he was like,
lemon pepper?
No, I only eat.
I'm glad you understand that.
Thank you. You said it like it was disrespect. Like, hell no.
Lemon pepper. Rick Ross. Fuck you.
Like I have Miami, Louisiana Rock. Bro, like I do that shit. Louisiana Rock. He got bad, bro.
He changed his whole personality.
He said, lemon what? Bitch, I'm from the booth. Bitch, I'm from the booth.
Louisiana Rock.
I like the wet sauce. They want nothing dry around. I like the wet ass wings. I feel you, bro. Okay, you're the one, bro. All right. Oh, jeez, we need
that's comic relief right there. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but yeah.
Wings.
Not lemon pepper though.
Nah, but he sat me down and he was just like, you gotta let it out, because if you don't, and they stay in, because he was older than me obviously, and he was just like, if you keep it in, it's gonna kill you when you older. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna want to make friends, or you gonna want to be in the room all the time, and this and that. And I was like, I just had to let him. You know, I cried to him. I let him know how I felt, because like that was on my birthday. And that shit really like just, it was like nobody told me. Y'all just brought me here, and it's like, come on, bro. Like, it's not even funny. So, you know, we hashed that out, and not being able to see him was like, what do I do now? You know? So I didn't have nobody. I didn't talk to people in high school. Like, until senior year, I didn't really fuck with anybody. I was by myself. So friends was like, having this many friends was abysmal to me. Like, I never thought I could have this many friends type shit. So
I got stuck with you.
Pretty much. I sat by a nigga one day and then shit.
And I can say like me,
I'm Brian.
I can say like me speaking from an outside standpoint, man. It's like, it was hard at first. Like I think I said this before in episode 4. It was hard at first for me to accept and understand depression, like on a serious note, with no disrespect to anybody. It was hard for me to like Like I would admit, I was one of those persons like, man, that shit ain't real. Like, what you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna be depressed about some shit? You know what I mean? Like, I really believed that at a point in time. You know, it's like, you know, like, get over that shit. You know, like, life happened, it goes on. You alive? All right, get the fuck on. You shouldn't be depressed. And that's how I felt. But it's just like, when stuff hits you a certain way emotionally, you can't take every bullet and just, you know, walk it off. You know, like, some stuff gonna hit with you and it's gonna stick. You know what I mean? It's gonna stick. You know, and it's just like, oh damn me. But it's just like those moments in life, they do catch you off guard and they do catch you at a weak point. And it's just like, when you add on a mixture of not having anybody to talk to, you know, or feeling like you don't have anybody to talk to, or not knowing the words to say, you know what I mean, or any of that, that's all a bad mixture that'll add to being depressed, which is real. That makes it real. You know what I mean?
And I want to, so you're not alone. I wouldn't say that, like, I just didn't understand mental health. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's not spoken.
No, I was bad.
You know what I'm saying? But back then, I just didn't get it.
Nobody
You know what I'm
spoke
saying? And like, I did think it was something that was curable or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't have the facts. And until I got older and I started experiencing things myself and finding out, you know, things about me was really like depression. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can Google symptoms now, which is crazy. Like, you can like Google and find out, oh man, that's, you know, I'm just saying, you can. But like, it sounds funny, but you really can.
No, you feel though.
But you just find out like little different things. But my point to that was when I did my research, because you know I'm dating someone you know that suffers from things like that, and like I had to do my own research to figure out how to deal with that. Yeah, like it is a really serious thing, and I'm glad that, you know, it's in the forefront now, and we're able to have these open discussions about it. Because if we were able to do that more often, you know, maybe we can lower the rate. Maybe we can, you know,
give people a platform.
Just give people, you know, just make it okay, you know, and yeah.
You know, man, because like the last thing I want to speak on as far as mental health, you know, is this: like, don't try to be better than what you are, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean it like you said, like people, you might feel like you have to keep that image, like you don't, because that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to be everybody's light when mine was dimming the whole time. And so I would say, like, the image is not that important. Don't, you know, hey, let your guys see that you're down so they can bring you back up again. And that's a real thing. Whew, that's a real thing, man. Let it go. Let the image go. Let your ego go. Let the pride. Let it go. Because at the end of the day, it's not more important in your life. And I really mean that, guys. Like, if you hear me out there, that's something that I really take serious. Ooh, shit. Ooh. Yeah. You know, just be strong and let people in. It's hard. I know you can't just overnight get over it and get to it, but just find your time. And when you find that time, really bring people in. Ooh.
Good point, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely good point.
Oh, man, so.
What's next?
I need another joke.
Well,
Okay, good.
no, go ahead.
Nah, did you still want to read?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me read the first page before you do that.
Okay. I'm gonna get it set up over here.
All right, good. Make sure there's no commercials.
I got plenty.
All right. I'm gonna read the instructions for Lost Thoughts. It says, before you start reading this, I need you to follow these directions. Take out your books.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
I know to read along.
I like being read to.
Everybody says like stories.
You feel? Come on, guys.
Yes,
We're on
ma'am.
page 3.
Okay, page 3. I do apologize.
Ooh, I was on
Is
3.
that's the number after two.
After two,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, the one after
I was
five.
about to ask
Is
you.
it different messages or the same one?
Before 4. I'm here.
Okay, instructions.
And toxic cycles proceeding with peace and love.
Wait, what?
The message.
I was like, that's not 3.
Oh, okay.
Not
I thought we was going page 3. Dedication.
Instructions.
This ain't Lil Wayne.
Page 3?
Yeah, instructions.
It's right there at the bottom.
One.
Yours might be more different.
One.
Not the third page, page 3.
Oh.
OG one.
That was live.
Oh my
People saw you do
They
that.
got the King James version, you know.
Hey, you can tell I don't read books.
Okay, go ahead.
We're gonna
you
get that back in.
your
We're gonna
favorite
get
type of
You
drink.
got the Old
This is
Testament.
what she here
The
for.
old.
I prefer lean.
Alright, instructions.
But roll.
What?
He's going through it.
Before you start reading this, I need you to follow these directions. Step 1, I need you to pour your favorite drink. If it is Stella Rosa, Crown Apple, Hennessy, or anything of that sort, please take it out.
But that lean.
Do Everclear work?
Whatever works.
Well, you got time to black out, ain't
Oh,
you?
it's a lean.
Right?
Not treat.
Alright, step 2. Sit in an area where you can just read and focus on these deeply personal reflections, and I want you to grasp every emotion I poured out in them, allowing you to think and feel what I have experienced in them. Step 3. Please access your phone or smart TV and turn on to your YouTube app. I want you to play peace music or meditation music. It can be live or recording, but I want you to play it in the background as you read this book. Thank you and enjoy.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to start?
Do Alicia Keys work?
Alright, we're on page 78, guys.
78.
78.
Went all the way deep. Didn't it?
You can't count that high. have you?
Like, y'all look so good with the book. You see, this is how you attract women. Alright, guys. Hey, they're reading.
I'm so dead.
Okay. Bridge. November 24th, 2020.
Shit, people dilate. Go
You
ahead.
saw that, right?
Wait, what?
She said they're reading.
What?
I'm reading. I'm ready.
Like we was. That is not a normal thing.
I can't read.
I'm here. I'm here.
What's the first
That's
word
why
say?
I'm here. We're getting y'all back in
Bridget.
the
That was a
She say Bridget.
Bridget, ain't it?
Bridge, November 24th, 2020. Slowly driving off my driveway, parking at the end of the street to finish my final goodbyes. I couldn't message everyone at once, and I couldn't allow my pain to be canceled by others. So I decided to post on my social media account all my reasons, my final goodbyes, and my list of reasons why. In my mind, I felt in so many things. In my thoughts, I couldn't control my life. 2020 is a mess of failures.
Can we pause right there? Okay. So you actually posted this?
Yeah, on social media, I said goodbye to everyone.
Really?
Depression won, yeah.
I just read that.
Man,
I just didn't care anymore.
You should have
At the end of the driveway, you.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want
Is
to
it
read
still up?
suicide.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want to read
it's
suicide.
real, bro. Like those,
Yeah.
like that's a real thing, bro. Like
All this is real.
Read suicide.
All of it.
On November, this is a
This
couple
is the
months
date.
ago.
This is the date.
Bro.
This is the day I almost lost my life.
Things happen.
yeah, bro. It's not a game.
In the flesh, right here. This is
This is a real
testimony right
There
here.
you go.
Wow.
This is
Yeah.
real
3 days
Yeah.
before we was partying, man.
There's a couple
It was my
months
birthday.
Alright, push the music.
Never know what people going through. Man. People be out here.
My adoption didn't go through. They brought up so many things I couldn't handle. I knew we were not perfect, but my heart was so pure. Damn, my marriage. It was the only strong bond at this point. Proud of being married to my middle school sweetheart, the father of my kids, my best friend. That was instantly writ for me. I watched a man become someone I did not know. I begged him to stay home while he told me he wasn't in love with me. We separated. I did things I regret. I allowed my anger to take over me. I did spiteful things I would tell people not to do. But at this point, I didn't know who I was. My actions were not me, and I came clean on a few things, but things I couldn't mention would destroy friendships. Everything eventually comes to light. But some stories that were passed around were not completely true. I couldn't take the pain because I know if I told the truth, it would be fucked.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Pause?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You gonna
Are you willing to speak on divorce?
Not
Oh, yeah,
really.
you can.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm only saying it because I've been through one.
Recently
you-
married.
Yeah, I've been through. Well, we separated back in 2015. I just finalized the divorce and got remarried. This past March 26th.
Do you want to speak on divorce?
I mean, it's up to you.
No, you can speak on
No,
divorce.
it's
You're
on you,
speaking
Jack.
on divorce.
Okay.
You on the spotlight, boy.
So,
She good.
so with me,
I
like,
No.
How does that make you feel?
with when I was going through separating and everything, it just kind of like with the things that was happening, I was I had a lot of emotions. Like I was like, damn, is this really happening? I want to stay, but I know don't need to stay.
Yeah.
And like when we separated, I was just like you said, wilding out. I was here, there, and everywhere. So you feel like that's a form of, was I like depressed at that point?
Were you not yourself?
You wasn't, bro. I'm keep it a buck.
No, we were.
I can speak from as your brother.
Was it?
I didn't know
Bro,
you.
I didn't know you did.
I'm not gonna go into too much in detail.
I feel like I wasn't myself in the marriage. Like I feel like I was doing like I was trying to do everything to make sure that worked.
Yeah.
That I wasn't being myself. Like I was.
Wait, so let me ask you, like, I'm sorry, you don't have to answer this, but were you the one that wanted the divorce, or was she the one that wanted the divorce?
Me.
You wanted the divorce?
Yeah.
But you were still trying to make everything work?
Yeah, like, as we was, going, I was just trying to fix things. I was allowing stuff that I would never allow to happen. I was just like, okay, maybe we can fix it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We can fix it. Until I just reached my breaking point, and then I just left. So.
I honestly think you were going through something. Depression.
Yeah, because I kind of wasn't, like, I was just tied into her. Like, I even stopped talking to them.
Yep.
I was like, pretty much, I can say I was depressed. Because I had lost my job. Mm-hmm. And then she was pretty much taking care of me, and, I didn't have no phone, I didn't have nothing. I was just at the house every day, all day.
Starting over is the worst.
That's hard.
But the craziest thing about all that to me is just like where you end up when it's all said and done. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, not to discredit being depressed or anything like that, but it's just like when you hold on and you wait, when you get over that hump and on the other side, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, he done found his queen now. You know what I mean? It was a point in time. This man is admitting he was letting a woman take care of him. You know what I mean? And now I done went from that to I found my queen and I'm good. I'm being dead ass serious. You know what I mean?
No, I saw him go through that shit.
You know what I mean? Because I can relate to that.
Because I remember when y'all.
No, I'm dead serious because I can relate to that because it's just kind of like, I haven't been married, but it's just like, you go through things in life and it's just like, man, I thought that was hell. I thought that was, what I mean? Like, it was just so crazy when I was going through that. But now, because of that, look where I'm at now. Look where this thing put me. Look where this thing set me up in life. You know what I mean? I just had to get over that hump.
Bro, you look so good, bro. You look saying, don't DJ look good, honestly. You look healthy, my nigga.
I try a little bit.
You look healthy, bro.
Now you do look happy.
Wait.
You really do look happy, though.
Go ahead, read.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, when I got touched, I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I feel like
I was like, okay.
You got touched? We going under?
Is that what we deep there. You got some more?
Back focus.
I said more compliments.
Black love, all right?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, a little bit of my nigga. Love my too.
I just knew things would be different once I told all. My heart gave up, the lies became a constant pattern, and I'd rather end it there. My pain increased, the regrets of being me became intense. I left my city, driving off to another, hysterically crying. I couldn't catch a breath between each cry. My hands were soaking wet from wiping my tears. Arlington. It was chilly, it was dark. My blue Acura MDX slowly pulled up to a cemetery. I jumped out my car, not noticing it was still running. I tripped a few times, and I wasn't sure if I was too upset to walk or if it was just her. Either way, I made it to where I needed to be. Derek Michael Aplon. My cries became louder, and my fears of being found was terrifying. I hate the position I was in. Derek, show me a sign. Man, I can't do this anymore. I'm lost, hurt, and tired. Show me something. Anything. God damn, why did you leave? Leaning on his tombstone, wishing for help, I laid on the itchy patchy grass and lost myself in sleep. I don't know why, but I lost my sense of time once I turned off my phone. It started to sprinkle and drove to the nearest bridge after seeing Derek. I drove closer to the bridge, trying to avoid an audience. I didn't want anyone to interrupt my plan, to jump off this damn bridge. At this point, the rain became intense. Again, my car was still running, my heart was pounding. I felt each cold raindrop land on my bare skin. I stood against a concrete bridge watching the flow of the cars pass by. Seconds became minutes, and I'm trying to climb on the bridge, but my mind was running. I kept looking around. All I can see are my bright headlights. Even through my mind was wandering, I remembered a book I read. I got my marbles back. There is Life After Loss by Tanya Cunningham. She went through something similar to my experience, and I remember reading about a hospital she went to. My kids' memories were flashing through my mind, their birthdays, their smiles, them running up to me with so much joy and happiness. I cried and stood in the rain, making steps towards the car, but looking back as well, whispering, I have to find that book. I need the name of the hospital. I need to see how far I can go to decide on things but my kids. My sweet baby boys. I can't leave my babies. I need to be here for them, and I'm soaking wet at this point. I'm upset at the thought of leaving them. I jumped in my car, starting to go through all my stuff, and found the novel. I cried harder because I expected it to be at home. I went through all the pages, and I told myself if I can't find that hospital in the next 5 minutes, I'm giving up. And then I found it. Millwood. I googled Millwood. I said to myself, if it's further than 20 minutes away, I am not going. I'm going to finish what I started. I placed Millwood in my Google search bar. I pushed the direction arrow, 4 minutes away. I couldn't stop crying. I screamed, God, I am sorry. Thank you, God. And I called them. I asked them, are you taking any patients? I'm about to jump off a bridge. This lady said, we're always accepting. Please stay on the phone with me, or I can send the police your way. I refused the police service, and I stayed on the phone with her. I was driving over curbs and missing stoplights. I drove without stopping, and I drove into Millwood.
So the difference between life and death for you was Millwood. So if it was 21 minutes, that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Well, that is a sign from God.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Wow.
That's why it's shit deep.
That's crazy.
Wow, that is deep. Like
And that's the one right there. My Arlington Memorial, right?
Yeah.
uh,
I saw that whole thing.
That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
know
Like
if
I was following her in my
can
head.
we speak on this?
Wow.
Would that be okay? Like, I know you brought up Derek, and I didn't know him well. I know him through West, but how you think Derek would feel seeing your progression right now? If you're able to speak on that. If it's not, I understand.
Derek, I can't even speak for Derek because Derek was so unique. Like,
Yes.
just knowing that I'm here now, I felt like he wouldn't. I don't even think there was to be any words for him to say to me. I think it was more of he was always a hugger and.
Like through action.
Yes, it was. I don't know. Like I can't even speak for Derek. He's such a unique person. I wouldn't be able to say what he would be able to.
Well said.
Whew.
It's not even against auras was really that different. You know, like even at his wake, and when everyone was just talking about their experiences with him, whether they knew him from work or just met him that day or been friends for a lifetime, everyone had the same exact experience with him, bro. Like literally a guardian angel, like no joke.
That's good though. Like, you always got somebody watching over you.
Oh man, yeah, that's like, man, like it's sad to say, like a lot of people aren't blessed to have met those type of people. And the fact that you were, that is a blessing, man. Like, oh man, that's a tough one, man.
It's just it's for me. It's just a crazy. It's a very enlightened story that I'm sitting next to you and all this stuff, happened to you just like a couple months ago. And, me seeing Millwood passing up through Arlington is what saved you. That's like really, really crazy to me. And, for you to say, like, you gave it, if it was 20 minutes, just a simple 20-minute drive, it wouldn't have been, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't have been able to take that drive.
No.
And that's like crazy that, it's a blessing that it was just only 4 minutes, and, you know what I'm saying, that's what saved you and for you to be here today.
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing. Yeah, that was definitely a sign, man. That was, like, I don't even know what else to say to that one.
Yeah. Whew. It's just crazy that sometimes that's all it takes. You know what I mean? Like that everything happens, like, for a reason was set up to happen like that. It just wasn't meant for her to follow through with that plan. It just wasn't meant to. You know what I mean? Because like DeeJay just kind of pointed out, what's the chances of that? You know what I mean? Like, if you don't know where you at or whatever, you trying to get something to eat, you're like, all right, where's the closest, what's the name? And then like, oh man, they went up 15 minutes away across out of town. You know what I mean? And the fact that you told yourself that, like, man, if this thing ain't 20 minutes closer, I ain't going. And it's 4 minutes, you know what I mean? Like Joe said, that ain't nothing but a sign. You know?
Nothing but a sign, man.
It's crazy that you're on here saying this now. Just to think, like, a year ago, you probably was thinking about killing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can happen in a year or a month or two just by being more positive and telling yourself you can do certain things and you don't need certain things to get by, you feel me? And just better yourself.
That's 100% right. Everyone on the list is closer to what Brian just said. Like, a year is not that far away. Like, you can really change your mindset. You really can bounce back from anything. I'm not saying you can do it alone. I truly believe in teamwork, and like I told Joe, like, the best thing to do when you're not feeling yourself is just to be around your people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna bring good vibes. Like, I always tell y'all, like, we like Voltron. We all different elements. Like, if one of us is missing, like, the shit ain't even right. Like, we not defeating no villains.
I never heard you say that, but
Ooh,
no, I'm sorry. I get you though.
But we can all attest to, like, I'm like the main piece. Like,
anyways,
without me, like, really,
you'd probably be like the kneecap, because the kneecap is mostly like black also. So you'd probably be like,
without the kneecap, your ass can't walk, motherfucker.
But nah, like, another thing too, I feel like I haven't been there, but it's like, I feel like what helped also is just like, you have to also find what personally makes you happy, that doesn't cost a dime, that doesn't, you know what I mean, that you don't need anybody else for, that you don't need, you know what I mean, just if you was in a room alone by yourself, I could do this, I have this, or whatever, and I'd be good, you know? So it's just like, you have to find that inner peace also, because even though you may feel like you not being strong enough, you may be strong enough for somebody else, you know what I mean, to help them out, and in return, that'll help you be stronger. Yeah. So...
For me, I think it's what helped that is love. Like, if that person going through depression know somebody love them or give them something as simple as a hug. Because, like, when I was going through that stuff, I went home to my mom and gave her a hug, and I cried. I was like, damn, I thought you didn't love me no more. Because it just got so bad. Yeah. So, if somebody just love that person or hug them or sit with them and just, you ain't got to say nothing. Just sit with them and just be there with them. Yeah. And, that'll help them out with that.
Yeah, it's like, sometimes you really don't need to talk. Because some people just need to sit there and just want to be with somebody. Yeah. Because you never know, like, what they going to do if they by themselves.
Yeah, man. I think actually, like I said, I'm not gonna go too much detail. I think it was a point in time Wes was going through something. And that's what we did in the kitchen. We just sat there and just kind of sat there.
Pause, but my love language is quality time. Like,
I don't know why you
literally, we can just sit there and be quiet and sit there and listen to music, and, like, I'll be good in like 15 minutes. You know I'm good.
It sounds like a meal or something.
I know.
I'm telling you, it's that quick. I'll be on 1, then I go 10. I'll be 10. I'm not playing. It's like that. Y'all know me.
I like being left alone. I'm the opposite. Like I don't like if I'm upset. Like even though somebody try to help me, I don't like being asked like, "Are you okay?" Like I don't like that shit because low-key that shit make me mad. Like I don't know. I'm just weird. Like
I don't like it at first. Not in that first moment, but I'm mad, bro. I'm mad.
I just make it.
Give me like 3 hours.
Make you more
How you doing
mad.
today?
Mad is not a word.
It makes me more mad. You know, it's just that little icing. Like
More mad.
it makes a nigga madder looking at it. But it's just I don't like that. You know, I'd rather be left alone and let me kind of cool out myself, and then I can come back to it. You know what I mean? But you trying to help out, kind of.
You want like those steam pot type of people, like let the steam come off.
Yeah, I get back with you. You know, I come back around, but I just let it be. Yeah. You know, like just let it be what it is for the second. You know, and then we come back around. But I don't like being pressured into. Like, if I want to talk about it, you gonna know about it. If not, you know, just let me be.
If I'm mad, I call somebody. Well, I call Joe quick. I was like, I gotta get this out my chest.
Joe, man, I swear to God, bro. Like, damn,
I gotta let somebody.
I be asleep too. I be, all right, DeeJay.
For me, I need somebody to reassure that like they on my side. Like,
You feel me?
I like that too.
I'm happy to be that dude for him
I
too.
feel like, man, that's some bullshit. Man.
I be talking to myself like a motherfucker. I talk to myself. I reassure myself like, yeah, you right, fool.
I'm laughing. I be doing it.
You ain't lie.
I
I know lie. I'm gonna tell y'all how bad it was. Y'all gonna think I'm lying. Y'all gonna think I'm lying, bro. Real talk. On all jokes aside, the other day I was in the closet like trying to pick out something to wear. And I was having a full blown conversation with myself, and it was so bad, bro. I had 2 different voices.
I could wear these pants.
I was just being childish.
I
was being childish, you know, but I was holding a serious conversation. Like I was being childish as fuck. I was like, I think I was doing like an Australian accent. Like, you know, just being childish.
You be doing this shit.
I like childish, but I'm
God, I be doing a great accent sometimes. That's being out doing a great accent.
exactly. You know, you just be dry ass doing accent just to be childish.
I'll call my mom and do that shit.
Because you Mr. New York.
Exactly.
Yeah, both of y'all Mr. New York.
I can't
I
wait
didn't know where.
He
ain't even never been to New York.
We're not gonna let him go by.
I'm not gonna do it.
I talk to myself though. I talk to myself.
Nah, for real.
I want to hear the accent. That's all I want to hear before we let you
Especially
go.
when I
Like,
play
hey,
the
mate,
game.
I
I
can
do
watch
it.
it.
Hey, mate, I love the jacket. Yeah?
Like you said about Mike.
You did not, bro.
Like Terrence Howard there. Come on, man.
But it's
Can't
just
wear these jeans, man.
but it's just that's my that's my comfort thing. Like I just talk to myself.
You gotta shut up.
I just
Come
talk
on,
to myself.
man. Can't put this
Man. Memphis, right, man.
this outfit on today, man.
What you doing, man?
It's like,
I just that's my comfort thing. Like I said, I just talk to myself and I
Wes
just
didn't know the movie?
Nah, I know the movie. That's why I hustle the flow. Right.
are you seeing the trailer?
You right, dog. I'm fucking
I seen the trailer.
of what?
He said he
I
said.
just knew what y'all was talking about.
You really,
That's sad.
you're not black enough.
That's not true though.
Yes, it is. You ain't
That's
seen,
not true.
you ain't seen enough black movies, bro.
Can y'all attest to
really
this,
know why.
Jocelyn?
See, look.
So black movies are only qualification to being black.
That's like
That's how we live life.
Yeah.
She don't want to explain.
I'm not even.
Why is how many you haven't seen yet?
So you saying that? I'm not black enough.
If he ain't,
Alright, let's go to the
No, you had one passage. You had one passage. You agree with that?
boy,
Don't
he
you?
ain't seen Boys in the Hood.
But that's not the only qualification. to
That's
being
like
black.
the main.
It's one of the
It's like
qualifications.
the main
In the
one.
culture.
Nigga, you haven't seen Juice.
You ain't seen.
When you
Wes.
see
Look how she looked. Look how she looked at you, bro.
No, I was reading the
when
book.
you see Juice,
I'm just
Yeah.
cute.
You haven't seen Juice?
I'm
With the
sagging,
haircut.
sipping crown. Like,
That
does
ain't
that
nothing.
count for anything?
Have you seen that movie?
we sampled.
If it was Hennessy, no, I'm just playing.
If you were sipping a 40, then you'll have
Exactly.
I ain't never
OE.
drank no 40.
A OE 40.
Y'all gonna stop doing me.
I don't
What-
drink
what
beer,
movie
so
is that
I
from?
can't.
What's that? Say it again.
Old English 40.
Y'all know what that is? I don't.
It's
My point is, there's more qualifications to being black. All right, this nigga don't eat burgers and shit. And then
This is ethnic.
He a vegan though.
burgers?
No.
I know I don't eat burgers.
That's a
I
lot.
never
It's some
had.
weird shit going on.
See, Linda, we're not gonna do this. Goddamn, I never had a burger.
They trying to put it on me, but they doing some weird shit out here. Like Airrick do something. I can't remember
No
what
one in
it
this
was.
room
I
thinks
gotta-
you've never had a burger.
No,
Oh, he had burgers before.
we gotta go. You gonna lie?
That's what I'm talking
Have you
about.
ever personally seen me eat a
Y'all put it
burger?
on the
bro?
comments what it said.
You never personally.
I guess
go
no,
somewhere?
I am not. I guess no, I haven't seen you eat a burger. I could have sworn you ate when we was kids.
No,
but if you
bro,
say
I
you
never
ain't-
had a
I
burger,
haven't
bro.
recently seen you eat a burger.
I just can't believe that.
Have
Like,
you
I
ever seen me
refuse
put
to
a burger
believe
in
that
my
shit.
No, I honestly haven't seen.
You say pause?
Yeah, you say you never had a burger. In his
That's
29 years of life, you never had a burger.
That's what I'm
29
saying.
years of life, you never had a
When we was
burger?
kids, especially with
I can't
grandma, you
believe
know
that.
you ain't had no choice. You
Bro,
know you
no.
ain't had, especially
Your mama
grandma.
never was
First
like,
came on
He's,
with food.
he's Chase helping his ass because of Popeyes, KFC,
Chicken
Ain't no
Express.
burger place right there. Chicken Express,
McDonald's.
Then we
pizza.
then we didn't cook
Wingstop.
burgers at the crib like
He
that.
not walking on the road.
If we ever did.
He said what?
In my house, we never cooked.
You never had a barbecue, my nigga? Goddamn.
Yeah, Barbie. They ain't doing no damn.
Can that lead to depression?
What, dude?
What?
What?
Anything.
I don't eat Mexican food. That's what it is. I don't eat
Your
Mexican
taste buds
food.
is lacking, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you.
Mexican food not really
burgers
black. I
look
mean, you ain't
crazy.
gotta be. You don't have to be black.
Okay, good. Yeah, because that
I
shit.
mean, Taco Bell.
But I'm gonna tell you yesterday, the other day.
Wait, tell you what?
He
I-
said
Hispanic
he
food.
eat Mexican food,
Yeah,
but you don't qualify as like being black.
Thank you for saying that. This nigga don't eat Chinese food.
yeah.
That's gotta count for something.
That does count. That's
He
more.
lose black
That's
people.
more
That's
black.
weird.
That's more black certification.
Yo,
than
eat orange
Mexican
chicken.
food.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Which one is
I eat-
more black
I eat
certified?
fried
The
chicken.
one with
Either
the
Mexican
little
food or
brochure?
Chinese. I think it's Chinese food.
Thank you. The one with the little
I eat-
brochure.
First of all,
See?
What you-
if
what
you
y'all
want to go
say?
there, I eat
Which one is
fried
more
chicken. I
blackly?
eat oxtails. I eat
Black enough.
neck bones. Yeah. Let's
Chinese
go
or
there.
Mexican?
Like, which would I find more black people eating?
Yeah.
Oh, Chinese food.
Exactly. So yeah,
So
that's
you
more.
actually lost.
Yeah.
No.
Niggas love orange chicken.
That's what I'm saying. That old chicken
And it's
boy.
red wings and shit too.
That's a fried rice.
Them
You
wings,
don't like
hey,
fried rice?
them
I
wings,
don't like that shit.
Asian wings be on some other
I
shit.
still stand on this shit
rice.
today.
I like rice with sugar.
I refuse to get a lot of
I'll still stand on this shit today. If I found out Chinese food was really like cat, rat, and dog, I would still eat that shit.
No, sir.
I would because
already ate
the
it.
way they chefing that shit up, you ain't man.
I already ate it.
You been eating it for years.
I eat rice with sugar in it. White rice with sugar in the player.
Who the fuck cook? I hate people that do that
I
shit.
do that shit though. That
I
shit
ain't never
good
put
as
sugar
You
fuck.
don't eat
Do you put
sugar.
sugar in your spaghetti?
Hell no.
See, this is what I mean, though. How you ain't
I
never
put
done
hot
that?
sauce. I put hot sauce
I've
on my
never done
shit.
that.
I have done ranch
Sugar in your
though.
spaghetti?
So good.
Okay.
I have
That
done
hot
ranch.
sauce.
put
on
ranch.
my
What's going on?
Yeah, hot sauce.
Hot sauce in it.
Put that hot sauce in there.
We not gonna go past
I don't
until
like
you sugar
ranch
and
or
ranch
sugar. I
and
mean, sugar in my
and
food. None of
rice.
that.
I ain't never did it.
If I eat spaghetti,
Okay, now
with
Brian
spaghetti,
ain't black.
Have you had it?
You with you?
No, I don't.
You need to.
I look
just-
at it, I get like.
You don't
But I
eat
didn't like
sugar.
grits either.
You
I
don't
hate
eat
grits.
sugar.
Ew, grits is good.
You don't
But
eat
I-
sugar and grits?
But
I don't like grits,
I'm a
period.
visual eater too, bro.
Nigga,
Like,
okay,
no
sugar
matter
does
how-
not go in grits.
It does. You can go
I ain't
grits
saying that.
either way.
We see your complexion.
You can do
Alright.
either way. Yeah.
We know you won't put no sugar in
You're
your
albino, so you don't
Sugar.
know.
I'm gonna say this.
Here.
Nigga, you damn near eating cream. of
Grits
wheat.
is
If you
fucking
put
disgusting,
sugar in
bro.
your-
I'm
in your
sorry.
grits,
I'm gonna say this.
Ain't no
You
nigga
can put
eating
sugar in grits.
with, grits without sugar.
You can put
Yeah.
sugar
I
in
would say
grits,
it
but it
like-
also
No,
can
it's
go with
not.
salt.
If
It's
you
salt or
Google
sugar,
how do you
but the
cook
sugar is
grits
better.
right now, it's
Whoa,
not-
wait a
Google
minute.
how niggas cook grits. You Googling the wrong
Hold
thing.
on.
Sugar go in grits, oatmeal,
Cereal,
malto
Frosted
meal,
Flakes.
all that.
Yeah.
All that.
You put sugar.
All that
You
stuff.
put
right
sugar in
there.
your cereal?
If need be.
Yes. Rice Krispies, boys.
Frosted Flakes?
Wait,
So-
what?
so-
You
so-
put sugar.
You put sugar in Frosted Flakes?
Nigga, well, them
Make them
motherfuckers.
frosty.
You trying to get diabetes.
Glacier Flakes. Icy boy.
They're frosty.
Hey, Icy boy. Gucci man
Sugar
Flakes.
diabetes.
I don't
Bro,
know.
them hoes are already frosted.
I'm saying, like, what you
Talking about
doing?
put your spoon in there and pick up some sugar.
That's a different. You have diabetes. You might be
You do
black.
that. You supposed to do that in Rice Krispies.
Yeah, you supposed to do that.
Yeah, Rice Krispies the only thing
When
they
they get salty.
You don't like Rice Krispies?
Where is
When
this
it gets-
manual that you have to do these?
Wes.
That's my
Where's the manual?
See, it's the
But
techniques in the
but
cereal.
see, y'all say I ain't black, but we all are born
Look,
with
hold
the
on.
menu.
I'm gonna break it down to y'all know I'm a
See,
cereal.
see,
I'm a
You
cereal
was
guru.
hot. Your page is missing.
It's a technique to
movie
eat
part.
cereal. Check me out. When you eat a bowl of cereal, you have to eat it clockwise.
No, you
can't
don't.
because it's gonna get soggy.
Let 'em know,
It's
yeah.
gonna get soggy, bro. So you eat one
gotta eat it
section at
around
a
the
time.
bowl.
As you eating around the bowl, as you getting around, that shit still sitting on top, haven't been touched. It's not getting soggy.
Y'all niggas ain't
You
eating.
digging all
That's
over the
what
bowl.
we thinking.
Listen, you digging all over the bowl, mixing it all in. You getting everything wet,
Exactly.
which is
Y'all
gonna
ain't
make
eating
sugar
dissolve,
dissolve,
bro.
watermelon on the
They
porch.
don't know.
Fool,
They
them
don't
niggas
know.
don't know, fool.
I go
no.
straight
Y'all
down.
ain't never ate ate watermelon on the porch before.
Ain't that bitch?
Man, this nigga crazy.
Nigga, I ate watermelon on the grass. Stop
Man,
playing with me.
I eat a whole watermelon by
All
myself.
the way in the yard.
making up shit, man.
No, we really did. We really did.
Hot. It's
I do not eat watermelon.
The fuck?
That's nasty as hell.
I really take a whole
I
watermelon.
like watermelon flavor, but I don't eat the
That's
actual
some weird ass
melon.
Yeah, I eat a real. I would real.
You never had a seedless watermelon?
No, I'm eating
Sweet seedless watermelon?
Or you get
Oh
that
my
yellow
God.
melon. You get that. You
gotta have the
Airrick.
You get that motherfucking yellow melon.
Gotta get away from me.
Hey.
What the hell is
I'm
yellow
black.
melon?
See,
Oh my god, boy, that
want-
yellow
Y'all
melon.
niggas.
I'm
That
talking
whole
about
low-key almost
outside,
better.
barefoot, shirtless, everything with the salt.
Come here, Wes. I almost hugged you.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, y'all lost me. Man.
Okay,
I ain't putting
okay,
no- I
time
ain't
out.
putting no salt on my
Just
water.
in the sun.
If that's the case,
Wearing a hoodie in the middle of summer.
Skin just be sticky and shit. You don't know nothing about that.
well, you should be eating the watermelon while watching these black movies.
My parents didn't watch movies like that.
You still had it. You had a whole hobby.
When I was coming up, I was
How
young.
old are you? I'm talking about
I was-
how old
You
are
ain't watching rated R
26.
movies, though.
Okay, you had at least what 7-8 years to watch.
Oh, you
all
talking about
these
how
movies.
I didn't backtrack?
Oh yeah, backtrack.
Bro, I cannot sit down and watch movies. It's hard, bro. It's got to be like Blockbuster.
You
Like
gotta
them
watch,
Blockbuster.
but you gotta watch movies when you're young. Once you
That's
get
what I'm
older,
saying.
it's
Like,
like,
unless it's coming out in theaters,
But
I'm
you
going to
can
see
watch.
it. Then I
I'm
ain't
saying you
watching
can't watch a movie, but you can watch 68 rap videos in a row.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
nigga
'cause
can't
that's-
watch movies for real, but he can
that is kind of true.
Yeah, that's just my steez. But like,
Okay, Juice got a
she-
rapper in
She
it.
gave us the password to the HBO movie, bro. I had to get snacks. I had to turn all the lights on, sit up to watch that Fred Hampton movie, bro. That was the first movie I had watched since like Dark Knight.
You
real
seen
talk.
Temptations?
Nigga said dark man.
Nigga, I was like,
Huh?
You seen the Temptations?
I seen bits and pieces.
have you seen the Fighting
Vincent.
Temptations?
He ain't seen
The
that.
Temptations?
He ain't seen
Yeah.
You seen the 5 Heartbeats?
that. No.
No.
You ain't know Dan Ruffin?
You might as well
Yeah,
stop.
Dan
You
Ruffin.
lost me. See, if you ain't seen Trace, I know you ain't seen
I
nothing.
know the Temptation was shit without him. I seen the movie and all that.
You have seen it.
Yeah, I seen it, but I can't.
What
I can't
happened to
like
him?
recall. I seen it once.
What happened to him?
It was. I can't remember.
Who ain't not here to see it?
They not here to see them. They here to see J. Rock.
I love how honest he is. I can't remember.
It's
I don't
now.
know.
What was one of the group members suffering from?
Oh, I can't remember.
Depression. Come on, man. We just talked about
We're
this.
here, Wes. It's time. I feel like you, DJ. You did something right there.
Hey, no.
You did something right there.
Hey, in West
He did it right.
He did. No, real shit.
I ain't gonna lie.
In
This
West
nigga some
Defense, though,
juice.
all them niggas was kind of strung out on something. All them niggas had something going
Because
on.
they was depressed, bro.
Depressed, drugs, all that shit. They all had something going on.
Success drove him
That's
to
a segue king right there. So,
you know, so much success, got him depressed. You know how to deal with it.
what Jocelyn said, that's it.
Yeah.
But
Can
you
I?
know,
Okay, cool.
bring it
Let's
up.
wrap up. Let's wrap that up before we continue to talk on. We want to thank you for coming out. This is our podcast. You know, everyone at home. This is Jocelyn Gomez. That was her book.
Yes.
Please go buy it. If you don't already have it, message her. That is her information right there on the screen. Hit her up, buy the book. Like she said, it's not a whole bunch of big words. It's not a hard read. You know, anybody can read it. You know, we're all going through something in life. This is something that can seriously be beneficial to you. She's helping out the community. Mm-hmm. She's going out and feeding the homeless tomorrow from 1 to 4 on Lancaster over there on the east side of Fort Worth. Yeah, if y'all want to put boots to the ground and help her do that, y'all please do that. Yeah.
And I
Go
want to.
ahead.
I
Go
want to say
ahead.
it has been an honor to meet you. You know, somebody that that kind of dealt with what I dealt with, and like I felt like seeing somebody else, it was a real inspiration to me as well. So I want to thank you for being here with us. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah, it was definitely good.
We respect what you
That
do.
hit.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that hit. That hit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna read. For sure.
Of course.
Well, Brian can't read. I don't know how you.
All right, stop putting this rumor out there. Like
You get an
people are
audio book.
watching
We got
this.
you. We got you.
We'll do audio.
We really love and
I can
respect what you
read.
do. We know, we all have regular lives. Believe it or not, people. We all work jobs. We all have families. We put in that extra time to provide you the podcast, to provide you this great book. So, these are people that you need to know.
Yep.
People that are very inspiring, very bright, and that you can learn something from. So, I hope you guys really enjoyed the episode. It ain't over, but I hope you guys enjoyed Josh's part of the episode. Please go get her book.
DMX, RP.
Yeah, RP man. Happy.
Streams went up.
Of course.
I downloaded like 17 songs.
For real?
Yeah.
And as well with DMX, I kind of want to bring light to Black Rob. Black Rob.
Yeah.
No,
Your friend.
Oh, I got a question for y'all with that.
he's going through a lot right now as well, and I want. Allegedly, he's homeless right now, so it's kind of keeping me in y'all prayers as well as getting that.
Speaking on that, do y'all feel like it should be a union for rappers?
Yeah.
Like,
Explain what you mean.
like as far as like, you know what I'm saying, if you in I guess in the industry, they like take care of you like once you get older and stuff like that.
Retire.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah,
agree.
if you're
I see
dealing
what you're
with certain issues, like like I said, like depression, mental health, stuff like that, yes, I do believe there should be a system set up as far as like for the NBA, like with Delonte West, there should be a program for people like that. Yeah.
See, but you talking about a league versus like rapping is so that's a genre. You can't really.
But I
you
get what
can't
DeeJay
really,
talking about.
It would be good, but it wouldn't work out because first of all, now you talking about different people making different amount of monies with unions that come all into play to where it has to be contracts, it has to be benefits, all different type of stuff.
Well, that's all in the play in actual contracts.
I know you have flex with that, but I'm saying it's a baseline to where all of those.
You're saying when you sign a record deal, that's what it comes with, right?
Let's not get misconstrued. The NBA failed Delonte West too. Mark Cuban took it upon himself to go find him. But as far as the rap union, say like you got a record deal or whatever, and you're suffering from what Black Rob I guess is going through, like his record label can come and like give him the resources to better himself.
Definitely. I agree with that.
That's
ain't a union though, but I agree
that's
with that. Should be like
look
that.
at all the rappers that we've lost in the past year or two to all the rappers that we've lost in the past year or two to overdose. Being an artist, there is a lot that goes into it on the mental side. A lot of these artists are depressed. They're constantly having to do shows. They're exhausted, doing these appearances, keep up an image. The labels, we're not even talking about how the labels is taking their money. You know what I'm saying? How they're pretty much fighting for crumbs, even though they're putting in all the work as the artist. And being followed by paparazzi, hazing fans in the social media world. Like, there's a lot that goes into being an artist, and the fact that they don't have that in their HR department or have that in the clause, like, that's crazy to me.
I think they're starting to though now. Like, I don't know about music, but I know like definitely like in movies and stuff, they're applying that because they've seen a lot of suicides.
Yeah,
It's good though.
That's a big deal.
Last year was it 19 or 20?
19 and 20. Like, I mean, it's
It
some
was
gun
just so many
violence,
people,
but
bro,
overdoses too. Like, it's been like the main thing for the new age rappers.
But even to take into account gun violence is a mental health
That
issue,
too.
That's touche.
That too.
Jazz,
Thank you for correcting me there.
Jazz was saying a program to deal with the pressure that comes with the highs and lows of the industry would be beneficial.
Yes, I totally agree with that. Totally agree. Man, that's.
Yeah, man.
There's things we need.
It's a thing. And that goes back to our conversation last year. Like, what energy are we pushing out as artists? If we're feeding poison to the people, then what are we feeding ourselves? So, who's feeding us? So,
That's what I was saying. Like that.
You're still wrong, Joe.
Drake is reportedly gonna be on Drink Champs with Nori.
Shout out Nori.
Did he do it?
There is no way in hell, bro.
He gonna do it, bro. It's okay.
When is it supposed to happen?
Soon.
Once they finish editing all the shit they
Well, yeah,
do.
I'm trying to see that
We're
shit.
editing that bitch for a minute. Bro.
I'm not used to Drake.
I'm trying to
just
see
doing
that
interviews.
shit.
3 months
this is
later
crazy.
when the album dropped.
Right.
But what do y'all think they're gonna be talking about in there?
You gonna be on what?
Drink
Drink
Champs.
Champs.
Oh,
You know what that is?
yeah. No, I
It's
don't.
obviously his album. But talking about his album.
I think they're gonna speak on
My
that.
bad. I didn't mean
Well,
to.
you good.
what
yeah,
Nori
that's
pretty much do, he kind of like,
Go ahead, give it to him, DJ.
he kind of like, if Drake allows him, he takes like controversial things that happen between them and he kind of like bring it to the forefront so they can explain their side.
And he makes you drink so that you're more subjective to talk
yeah.
about it. Yeah.
I want him to just raw play that shit.
Drake is not gonna give it up like
You're
that.
like,
I would love it because
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I want to see. I'm just saying.
I don't
that
know.
would be amazing.
I don't know that Drake can handle his own, in my opinion. I don't
Let
think
me
Drake
ask y'all
should be worried,
this.
bro.
I'm, like, what are y'all looking for? Like, what is it that y'all want him to talk about?
I want him to talk about the Pusha shit. I want him to give it up about Pusha, about
Meek
Ye,
Mill.
about Meek Mill, about
Nicki,
DMX. Well, I don't know about Nicki. I don't know what they got going on.
I just want to see like.
Yeah, I want to hear him talk about
I want to hear him talk about the
Yeah,
kid
that.
situation. Like, I want to hear about that shit.
His
Like,
son,
what
yeah.
really went down. What really went down.
No, seriously.
And who we think won the beef.
I kind of just want to, because we don't hear nothing. Like, Drake don't really do nothing. So I want to hear it.
him and 40's relationship.
That's another
I
one.
didn't even think about that.
But I don't think they'll go that deep, but that would be fire. Like,
Damn, that's crazy. I'm really out of touch with Drake.
What have you heard about him?
I am.
You know what we talking about. You just don't think you do.
No, I really don't. Like, not on no, oh, he ain't important, but I'm just
take
saying,
it.
like, I don't listen to Drake like that.
You know about him and Pusha thing, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the
okay.
only one that I do know
Oh.
about. Like, I low-key forgot about the DMX shit. I don't know why he beefing with 40 or whatever that situation. You know what I mean? Like, it's just all those. Like,
40. It was said. Pusha said that 40 told him about the kid.
oh,
Yeah, that's
see,
why.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I can see. I don't know if he'll talk about that, but I can see that being.
Yeah, but to DJ's point, like Drake don't ever give it up like that. So for him to do it, for him to do an interview like this, is
I mean, in my opinion, Drake has been smart with his career.
yeah.
Due to
Wasn't
that,
he
like,
on?
they keep trying a lot of shit.
I might be mistaken. Was he on Lil Wayne's podcast?
Not even that. That's
From,
crazy.
from a different.
At all?
I think he did.
He has to.
Yeah. Then he.
I've seen
If 50 was on Wayne's podcast.
Drake has not been on him, bro. The last interview Drake did was the one in his house with them two dudes,
Yeah, I don't think
which he actually was kind of open.
Yeah, he was on it.
He was pretty open.
On a random
But it was
route, did
pretty
21 Savage ever talk about that?
I didn't even think.
Him not being, him being from the UK. Did he ever do an interview or talk about that shit?
Probably not.
He
I
said
don't
it
think he
right
really
on
talked
his
about it.
shit.
He just said it.
He what?
he
He did, and that's what got me. That's why I was like, it made me just think on the basis of artists sliding past shit, you know what I mean, or not talking about it, not doing interviews like Drake. Like, he slid past that, you know what I mean?
Past it, but it also, I don't think he thought it was a big deal. Like,
That shit was a big fucking deal
it's
to
a big
me.
deal to everybody else,
Yeah.
but like to him, it's like, oh yeah, I was born there. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
Yeah.
who cares?
Like, I feel like I want a story for that. Like, you know what I'm saying, nigga?
Yeah, he
Come on.
did go on there.
Oh, he did do an interview?
Yeah.
20?
Oh, okay.
Oh, you talking about Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne.
Last
I just seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
May something. I think that was May
It
7th.
wasn't.
Right?
It wasn't like it was probably just discussing like some
Yeah,
general shit. It
that's
wasn't
why I was
like-
thinking. Like, it wasn't that big, probably. It was like,
Wait, Drake.
I'm
was
like
on
a whole
Wayne
interview
podcast?
type.
Yeah, the
they're
Young
probably
Money
talking
Radio.
about truffle butter or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're probably talking about truffle butter.
Ooh.
Boy.
I didn't say it.
The fuck?
That's what's on
I
his
can't say
mind.
no more negative
No,
shit. about
that's
it.
a song, right?
That's what's on his mind.
No, you good. I can't say nothing else about Wayne. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get beat
you-
up.
Yeah, you good.
You might. No, I'm just fine.
I gotta take at least 5 episodes off.
Y'all think this will be his biggest interview?
504 boys.
So what?
Y'all think this be his biggest interview?
Yeah.
No.
I think so.
I mean, yeah, it could be.
Oh, his?
Yeah.
Norris?
I seen Cameron. That was
Cameron was
that
crazy.
was
Dude, we had a
fire.
lot of people on
Yeah.
it.
I didn't. I never watched Cameron.
That camera shit was played. I like that camera.
He-
DMX won that.
Yeah.
His own match.
I don't know. I would have to see the whole. He's had a lot of great interviews.
He has.
Yeah, I've been catching up because I just started watching Drink Champs a couple months ago. And I'm like, damn, they've had everybody on there, and I love how in depth they go with the hip hop conversations. Like that shit is dope.
Yeah, I like how they be putting like, who would you pick against? You know,
the
this
comparison.
person.
Yeah.
This person.
Yeah, that shit was
Big
nice.
fact.
It's like, oh, take a shot.
Yeah.
Take a shot.
It's crazy.
We should
though.
do
Still
that one
go
episode.
harder than Nick Cannon and Kanye interview though.
We could do
I'm just playing, but I ain't gonna start that.
Taking 5 off. 5 off.
Diddy wrote an open letter to corporate America, basically said that black-owned media networks get less than 1% of funding in the entire media industry.
Which is
Who
terrible.
you said Diddy?
Yeah.
I'm not.
No,
But he basically speaking on revolt because that's his network, and they kind of like struggling. Say that well, they're not really struggling, but they not
You can
like
tell they
big
not top tier.
big networks, and he I guess feel like the media is not funding enough black owned networks.
They don't get the same opportunity.
Yeah.
He's not wrong, but one of these artists. I hate that I gotta say these things, but when are y'all gonna realize y'all have more power than the media outlets? Like, why don't y'all fund it? Like, nigga, you got more money than all the niggas you trying to get to fund it. Like, why don't you start funding it?
That's what I'm saying. Why don't you just build
You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta put our money where our mouth is too. Like, he not wrong, but at the same time, it's like it's a lot of like crab in the bucket shit going on.
But
On our level, and then even on the mainstream level.
I was listening to the Breakfast Club, and they was pretty much saying like it was a lot of stuff that could be on Revolt, but you know what I'm saying, they don't get on there because people not getting paid.
From Revolt?
Yeah, Revolt's not paying them. They want them to come on there and do this stuff for free, basically.
But if Revolt, if Revolt don't have no money, then who they gonna pay?
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. Like,
people have to watch the shit and fucking, invest in the shit for people to get paid. Like, how do y'all think that works? You can't get paid off of support,
That's
nigga.
that's what he's asking, for people to invest and to support.
But who?
Like corporate America.
Oh, we know the white. Oh no, we're not getting that dollar. But if these rich,
that's what he's saying. Is like they get less than 1%.
He's trying to put them out there to give us that.
to get more support than
It's like they don't have that opportunity like Viacom and like all these other networks.
well, Diddy, Hove, all y'all, shit, call Kim. Shit, y'all motherfuckers got money.
I was pretty much-
you get you
I
got
was
$1 billion.
pretty much
Y'all
saying,
get together and y'all, boom.
I was pretty much saying he need to kind of like get with Oprah and see how like Oprah did it, because she got a successful network, and I'm pretty sure she ain't doing bad with that.
Yeah.
And she got a lot of good content.
I think low key, in a way, he probably scared to spend his own money. You gotta spend money to make money. He probably scared to spend his own money.
But like I was saying, he pretty much been like that like his whole career, like making a band and stuff. He's just doing stuff that he know he ain't gonna keep his time into.
Like Snoop.
But comparing it to Oprah his network would be like a bigger leap than Oprah's was, because Oprah, even though it was her own network, it still was just kind of like another like Lifetime overall. You know what I mean? Versus Diddy's network, his channel would be like a whole new wave, a whole new vibe. You know what I'm saying? You basically putting the black community on. So overall they are gonna be less willing to fund that or be down back behind that.
It's like the next BET.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, no, y'all already got one. Y'all got one channel.
I love watching her go, actually.
Oprah really appealed to the masses for the most part, but a lot of her stuff comes from like charity work.
Yeah. And like as you said too, I feel like Oprah funded a lot of her own stuff too at the same time. You know what I mean? Like we're saying, y'all got too much money to be sitting here worried about corporate America not supporting y'all. You know what I mean? Like, if y'all band together and do what y'all supposed to do, support yourself, because y'all got more money than them. You know what I mean?
No.
I was about to say, not that far, but
They're worth at least 40 times worth what Diddy's worth.
But
I'm talking about all of them together.
All
like Diddy, Jay-Z.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
All the powerful black people will come together. We really could.
Like Barack.
But you gotta think about it though, like theoretically we want them to, but Diddy and Jay-Z in competition.
No, of course. But like we said last episode though, like Joe was saying, it's all about sacrifices. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to change, if you want, you want things to change, you got sacrifice.
That's all I'm saying. Like, the pride, the ego has to go when you
all that shit gotta go.
You try to build
that's what I'm saying. You gotta look at it. We looking at, of course, we want that, but you gotta look at them. Like, if it's Diddy and Jay-Z with a network, we ain't gonna look at it them. They gonna be in competition. Like, who brought this up?
Like, collaboration. Diddy could work with like Tyler Perry or some shit.
But think about like y'all, like everybody is saying. Think about it just being one big empire though. Just imagine how great that would be, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
If it was just one big empire, all of them respected each other equally. You know what I mean? Think about it. That would be unbreakable. Like, you wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? How are you gonna destroy it? How you gonna stop that?
I love what y'all always saying. I wish it was. I just know it's
that's
not.
feasible though. That's what I'm saying.
Like I was saying though, with his network, it's all about content, because like, you gotta put out stuff on your network that people want to go and see. I get you got the Breakfast Club on there, but I'm not finna go watch no 2 hours them talking.
That's why I said,
you know what I'm saying?
Tyler Perry.
I can look at their little clips on YouTube and be fine with that.
Like, the Breakfast Club is on Revolt.
Yeah, the whole show.
You're watching this shit all the time.
I just watched
Joe Budden shit on there too, right?
No, Joe Budden got his own
got his own like weather channel thing on there.
So what do you want them to do then?
He should do. That should be funny.
I recently just on Instagram, I saw the little all black network that they got coming out, and I just saw their little trailer they had for this little comedian sitcom. I was like, man, this look kind of and I'm thinking about subscribing to it just because of that. Why don't you come out with like a little
See, but I was thinking literally you just said that. I was thinking I thought they were gonna do everything.
They got a comedy thing on Revolt.
All that stuff is.
It's not. It's kind of just like a 30-minute show. Comedians come out, they do their thing, and then.
Oh, I seen that.
Funny as fuck. I think it's called Funny as Fuck. It's pretty good. Like
They got a bunch of new stuff in the works. It's just
the Untapped. That should be amazing.
It's just like they can't do this as much as everybody else.
Man, see, I had that little lineup nasty. I have Jim Jones. Jim Jones come on in the morning.
No, they
Jim
really
Jones
low-key got a good lineup. Like they started the Breakfast Club.
Like what Jazz. Like kind of thing too. Like where they play video.
That's what I've been saying. They need to bring that back because I feel like that really brought people together. Because we get off of school, go watch that shit.
They're just trying to figure out how to launch it differently because a lot of people watch TV differently now. Like a lot of people receive things differently. So they gotta freak it. Why you laughing?
I was looking at something.
I think like I have a nasty ass lineup. Like I said, because I don't know if y'all watched it now. We watched at your house that Jim Jones doing the weather thing. Have Jim Jones come on in the morning doing the weather. Then after that, have like a little black sitcom going, play a little movie, Then had a little 106 part thing come on, Then play another movie. Then at night play the most popular sitcom. That'll keep people watching your shit all day,
His movies be popular and popping. People love Tyler Perry movies. Like,
that's what
they do. No, I'm saying they do, but I'm saying like other, putting people out there.
But that goes back to me saying though.
No, I'm saying they used to have that lineup
all day.
They don't have that lineup no more.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if they changed. Y'all can hate me all y'all want. BT and Miles, they never had that lineup.
Nah,
BT been
trash. The only lineup
in your mind.
I'm talking about movie wise. Movies. I'm talking about movies. Show definitely. Yeah.
Ain't nobody being Disney Channel in that lineup shit. Disney Channel killed that shit, and ever since then, nobody's ever been able to beat.
But I would always unless it was a series or a show that I liked on BT, I was not watching the BT. Like if you finna play Waist Deep, I'm finna turn this shit off because you finna ruin it for me. You know what I mean? Like this bleeping out, this doing, I'm finna turn this shit off.
Is it Waist Deep?
No, he ain't.
Who started Waist Deep?
Who in there?
Sorry.
Who?
Y'all see Into Deep?
Y'all keep the same energy because by episode 70, I swear to God, I'm gonna be here.
That's the one movie that Usher is in, bro. That's the one movie Usher's in. You can't say who started Waist Deep.
Usher said Usher was in it? Bro, I ain't seen it.
Okay, I just wanted to.
I seen Baby Boy once.
Okay,
and I seen.
Wait. Ain't no way you seen Baby Boy once and you watch BET.
Bro, I seen actually.
I'm about to say that shit come on
like every fucking day.
That's what I'm saying. I seen it once on BET. It wasn't that night. It wasn't even that night. It was during the day.
I hate you.
And I seen. I remember too. I seen.
Watch that shit on the Sunday one.
That shit play all.
So you haven't seen Light, which fucked my whole life.
I watched that
I
shit.
ain't seen Light.
I saw that shit come on 4 times in one time.
This is
Stomp the Yard.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Come on, now you gotta see modern day classics. Black Panther.
You saw Drumline?
You better have seen that. You better watch the
All right.
cartoon.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you, Jocelyn Chastity, for coming and joining us today. This has been another episode of the 5% Podcast. Here with Chalita, with my fellas, every Friday.
I'm gonna read that page every day.
It's your boy Rick.
It's your boy Wes. Surround yourself with people that support you and don't worry about those who don't. Yeah.
Boy Brian, I'm reading.
This is Johvan Lockett. You have a blessed night. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you.
You always sound like you're not fucking quiet.
I know, like, it's a quiet storm.
Damn, can y'all stop fucking on my vibe?
Why you gotta be rude to me?
They fuck on my vibe all the time.
Why you gotta be rude to me?
We get complaints every week that they can't.
105.7 and shit.
What to do with the trans say every day?
I'm glad y'all had them see.
Thank y'all. See y'all next Friday. Subscribe to the YouTube. The 5% Podcast.
And go stream Under the Weather. We just dropped the song.
Hey, and buy the book. Yeah. Buy the book, guys.
I'm not in the video.
And follow me on all social media platforms. I'm the realest in the podcast. You feel like you're in danger right now?
No, he's scared. Boy, he's scared.